what a rule and put off by the narrative as no alternative. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon towards good morning towards the panels, members and people on the floor. And also actually the timekeeper. With emotion, it's also to suspend all restrictions property development that are not health and safety requirements. We say we will prevent such notion. So, just a simple definition of the debate, you would say rapidly rising property prices mean increase of estate prices of a certain area, and of course, the suspension of restrictions on property means that we will null such kinds of safety nets that would such kinds of safety nets. The context given in this debate and also given by side government is that the poor are being subjugated by the increase of lifestyle prices. What's the mechanism that we push forward? How is this? How will this policy work? In status quo, companies can't fully utilize the land that they bought for housing property. Strict regulations that bottleneck their capability to create more dense suburbs is completely constrained by certain restrictions such as zoning requirement and also the type of the building that needs to follow a certain matrix. But in supply and demand, the increase of supply, which is the house, will make the prices of house go lower. We say this will happen the moment when companies know that there are less restrictions, meaning they can pack more houses in a certain suburb. We say in economic terms, the price will go down. We say on the our side, suspending policies such as zoning laws will allow poor people to have those kinds of accessibilities towards home. Second mechanism, we don't coerce them. This is just a clarification, by the way. We only do this through consent, meaning to say that the poor people is willing to buy such houses for such prices, only then we will allow such decisions to be made. Thirdly, we would lift back up the suspension the moment when prices decrease to a given amount. We say court can decide that. So moving on to my first principle argument, the principle of regulation. It must be proportionate. The reason why this is important is because other forms of regulation, i.e., like subsidizing homes so that poor people can afford it, is incommensurable. Meaning to say that these are the kinds of things principally you cannot gauge on and it's not fair. What has high-rising property done to justify regulation or giving the poor more accessibility towards these kinds of houses? First, you deny them a home. Let's just say, poor people, if not the middle income strata, increasingly hold less capability to buy homes because of the increase of lifestyle which requires them to have more money to buy certain necessities. And B, people who already have homes near the area need to face much harder lifestyle choices, i.e., such basic things will be much harder to find because companies have an incentive to tap into this and building such IT malls and also high price products. We don't think it would be like some the store that would be accessible to buy certain IT things or food. Secondly, systematic disenfranchisement is less of a concern to help the poor community with the incomers. We see gentrification, which is when rich people know that there is an area that can be tapped. That's to say that these areas are now have a high estate prices. They will house out the poor people, sometimes giving them compensation, sometimes not giving them any money back. So they can build new estate, i.e. malls or bigger buildings with higher prices. Even if they can choose to opt out or not, the incommensurable amount of money that the real estate companies offer to them will be enough coercion for them to take the money and run away and find a cheaper home. We believe that's a non-legitimate decision. We say that's bad. But thirdly, segregation. We need to see an example of the Euclid property state courts. Whenever a housing company, went against the village of Euclid, Ohio, in Ohio, that's the reason why there needs to be a dichotomy between the rich and the poor. That's to say, principally, why there are high places that are just more expensive than other places is because they systematically want only rich people to be living in that certain area. We say this is segregation at the best. This is problematic because you can accentuate that kind of divide. We say those kinds of hierarchical order in society is very much bad. We push the narrative that poor people have less ability less likes to own a home. Moving on to pragmatic arguments. Before that, set of yours. No. So, pragmatic argument. Why government should prioritize the well-being of the poor rather than the real estate price? Because this is what we think that side of the issue will argue about, that we decrease the value of the real estate when we do this. We say that housing in it of itself is a right. And we allow them to, it allows people to access certain benefits comparatively to someone who don't have a house. Okay? So why can't poor people just buy homes elsewhere, given the money after rich people have gentrified and housed them up from their current homes? We believe that this debate is more about people who have been staying there, and we say that's the stakeholder that want to focus on this debate. We say the change of lifestyle forces them out, forces them out, will allow such more, is much more expensive, i.e. to buy a new home. You need to find a new job, given that the proximity isn't close anymore. That is to say, when you are working at a certain, certain store near your house, now you need to find a new job, which is comparatively much more harder. What's the benefit of this? We say you blur the narrative of segregation. We say in proximity sense, when you put rich people nearer to poor people, we say the idea of segregation and the systematic hierarchical order that exists in society will be abolished, if not comparatively decreased. This is when we can mingle together. This is when we say we don't say that because we have less money we cannot interact with other people. Given houses is an enabler to a more efficient life. We say it's much more worth pursuing. We say the close proximity between the house and also a permanent job is something we support. This is when they can nowadays a family they can now have a permanent job for them to sustain life. What is the actual benefit of this? This is when they can actually have income. This is when they can actually have a holistic life. This is when government can actually tax them and take the money for revenue. We say that is something good. So let's just preemptive or just preemptive. This is what we thought that offside operation will argue. This debate isn't about the downfall of economics. Number one, we say principally we don't care about that the downfall of economics, given the principle that we want to avoid segregation. This is how principle argument works. Secondly, we say pragmatically it would happen. Like we say people who already have self-sustaining homes outside of this high-rising area wouldn't suddenly pop into these cheaper homes because they already have set their infrastructure already at their previous home. Let's just say that these other people will stay there and not be coerced to buy some cheaper, less comfortable houses after we apply this policy. We say this is a thing that we can support. We say we should go beside government.
Thank you for this speech from the Prime Minister of the government side. I will continue with the leader of opposition from the opposition side. Here.
Whenever I hear the word coffee, I will think of this. The board game Monopoly. As you can see and as you can experience, the Monopoly game is a game where you handle the property or the prices, and when you And when you have many property, you are richer, and you can have control over the poor player that you can discriminate them and you have the control, full control of their team. Okay, before that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to all all the judges, the member of the team, my fellow teammates, and the staff member. Okay, first of all, when you say that you want this segregation between the rich and the poor people, okay, segregation between the rich and poor people is something that we that we something that we can't really ignore because there is really what is happening in the state school and something that we cannot change in a fortnight. For the definition given by the government team, by our side, we doesn't have that much problem in the definition. So move on with the mechanism, your mechanism that you want to focus on the poor people and you stated that by suspending all restriction of property development, you can ensure that the price will go down and the segregation between the rich and poor people, the price will go down, and poor people can afford to buy the houses that is so that so that how can you ensure that these poor people can afford these houses? Because even if you build these houses in the suburban area, we can we can actually evaluate that one is this property prices is getting higher and higher each year because of the demand from every people all over the country. So if the demand if the demand go higher and higher, so as the rates of the property prices. So as a mechanism, so from the mechanism from our side is that we have an alternative, which is which is more which is more which is more acceptable and can bring more goods than harms than your ideas. Which is which is we order all the people all over the country to stop buying properties and stop buying properties for 1 year only so that the demand went down and the property developer being forced to reduce their prices so that the low income people can afford to buy the houses that is provided. So even if the segregation between the rich and poor people happen, it is something that we cannot ignore. So move on. How is it dire that how is it dire that your side how is it dire that your side can give more good and house to these people of low incomes? And how the middle class people can the middle class people can also afford these houses even though they have permanent job, even though they have stable uh, stable income, still the prices of the property prices not will not get reduced that much because of the demand of the high demand from the people around the globe. And
The demand for a house is always high because everyone deserves the right to a house. The factor that increases the cost of a house is when you reduce the amount of requirements that you have to go through. Meaning, say you can build 4 houses in the area which is supposed to only build 2 houses.
um, as as you say as you think that the requirement by reducing the requirement you can reduce it the prices. But still demand is one of the things that uh, is one of the factor, one of the most factor that we need to focus on because uh, because of the principle that if the demand went higher, also as a prices. So when we force the people, we give alternative for people to stop buying properties in a year, so the property prices can went down and this thing can be resolved. As you can see, cost cost is what the economy is what we want to focus about. So the cost for you to build a house is really really high, depending on the requirement that you can speak about. So uh, by suspending distribution of development of this property development, your site say that it can reduce the prices rapidly. So it's something that is really it's not that right. It's not that realistic. It's really realistic because the certain requirement that almost that in the United Kingdom, there is almost 11 or 12 requirements that need to be analyzed for you to build a safe and healthy house. But it cannot ensure that you can get a good house that, that can that can live for for a long time, that you can live for a long time, and also in the end will will not be beneficial for the house, for the homeowner, and also cannot be beneficial for their family. So with that, I thought that under our stress that we decide a position want to ensure that the low income people and the middle income people can afford these houses and also can resolve this issue quickly, and yet we on the side government oppose this.
Thank you for the speech of the leader of opposition. I will move on to the Deputy Prime Minister to provide his speech for his nation. Thank you. Yeah,
still a time on how can we actually ensure all these people will get houses. As I said before in everyday life, we are actively moving houses, and at the same time, we are giving the price like to the very least. On our side, we are actually having an incentive to change the way people live. We are actually aiding people, even though it's not aiding all of them at once. Okay. Second of all, on yeah, on the they also say a lot on the increase of the prices of all these houses as the years go by, as they talk a lot about the economics of these houses in the first place. Well, okay, as you can see from the motion of itself, as it would suspend and those restrictions. When you suspend restrictions, at the same time, you are decreasing the amount of you are at the same time decreasing the cost of an actual of the house in the first place. And at the same time, because of the demand of the house is always high, the price will also go. Yeah, the same things that we do of the price. Okay. Now, thirdly, the main argument on the opposition speech was practically about the argument on economy, on how the economy of on the economy will move, on how it's unstable and such. Well, okay, first of all, that isn't even an argument, but mechanism to rebuttal what my prime minister said on was part on, and second of all, needs to be like before, needs to be thinking about the economy, but which side provides a better life for these people. Okay, last of mind rebuttal is the fact on how they say these houses will be comfortable for people. Well, to the very least, on our side, we are actually providing some of these people with houses instead of actually just leaving them on the street without actually a proper roof. To the very least, these people are getting a house instead of just living on the very expensive. Okay, now, continuing on with my first section argument. On the tagline of cultural proximity, which these low class people and these high class people. Okay, so cultural proximity by itself. What does proximity? What do I mean by proximity? What I mean by proximity is what the distance between these sections of high class and low class. And cultural proximity of itself is practically a consequence from people living in urban areas and people living in rural areas. Okay, so what do I mean by this? What I mean by this, in school, you can see like places like rural areas, whereas it's more or less about distant areas occupied by people from the middle class and the lower class, and these people, and there will be some of the say high class actually, yeah, from the high class level actually move there, and that have what urban lifestyle. Well, practically these people would go to the same weekend as each other. So practically these children go and interact with each other every day, and they follow the same trend, they follow the same technology, follow the same culture and such. So we should take this, we should take we on the government think of this as a practical introduction to see low class people who would eventually go to certain areas as they actually interact with these people and they actually know things of different area by itself. So yeah, so they don't actually get culture shock. So in the end, these people would be sculpted into a practical urban member of society by itself. So okay, how do I okay what how do I what do I actually mean by people who these urban areas? What I mean by this is the people who are just unskillful at their jobs. Like you can see how on rural areas there are the main jobs are practically from agriculture, from say catching fish, from say selling things in the market. So I just mean that these people who are practically unskillful at these things and people who assume that they could actually have a better, more, better welfare if they do go to the different areas by itself. Yeah. So, okay. So if say they are designated as to actually work there in urban areas, would you actually stop them from doing so? Oh no, because by actually moving these middle class or lower class people who are actually unskillful and who are actually to their consent want to go to these urban areas, then the proximity, like I said before, between these say the high class people in the urban areas and the low class people in the rural areas would actually decrease and the proximity would be yeah would be so uh, because of their interaction with all these urban lifestyle in the schools, they would
long-term outcome. Under the tagline of and the importance of an urban lifestyle. Okay, why is it so important? Well, in order to stay relevant as a member of society by itself, we need to evolve. See, if say you move from rural areas to the urban areas, you won't live with the normal say, the normal activities that you do. You change the culture, you change the trends, and therefore you need to evolve from these rules urban citizens which you have want. But if you think with this urban lifestyle, you could actually get they could actually live a life where they actually matter to the government, where the government thinks of them as an actual contributed member to the society, and would therefore and these people would therefore matter towards the government by itself. Okay, so let's talk about the house of these unskilled people staying in the rural areas and not moving to the urban areas where they could actually get a job, they could actually go with a stable income. Well, how to do that? Because we don't have any means of income, and therefore they would therefore go to harmful sources of getting income. If you see in rural areas, there are secondary shops, gambling, and other bad things bad methods that you can actually get these source of income for. Okay, so crowd education, a bit of lack of this side. So on our side, we are opting for a world where these unskilled people can actually do something with their life. We want them to actually mean something to society and contribute to society. But on opposition side, they won't sorry, they don't even try to help these people just get to anything, and they just think that because these people live in rural areas, they should still be there, and they shouldn't. So, with that, I'm not coach and that I had my
Thank you to the Deputy Prime Minister for delivering his speech. I will call upon the Deputy Leader of the Opposition to deliver the speech. Here, here.
They never clarified why suspending restrictions on property development will automatically lower the price to the extent that it is affordable for people with low income. Because with the higher demand, it costs the higher price for people to buy a certain property development. Before that, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning I wish all present in today's call. Okay, let's go on what was problematic under their side. Number one, they told us that people with low income, they move to cities, the they have a better life. This is comparison because low class, low class people and higher class people. Okay, you can see that the difference between people living in cities is that low class people will have a lower income in the job because people with low class when they go to a big city to have a job, they won't have a very high income because believe that their skills is not enough when they have enough income to buy a certain house. Number two, they told us that it is important to have a urban lifestyle where these people who have a low income can live like the rich people in the city in Singapore depression, right? But he never clarified to us why it's important when the people who have low income can also work at a rural area where they have a higher income, where where they where it's much affordable. Because we can see that in the city itself, it is much higher. In Singapore right now, the price to buy a certain property in the city is much it's much more expensive. Number three, they told us about the harms of low class people in rural areas. They told us that these people will eventually go on gambling and never have a proper life in the rural area. Even if these type of people will eventually live with a property in the city itself, they can never have a proper life because they have a very low income when it comes to jobs there. So they are by substantive under the strict and the interest of effective development for that sorry down because while we are saying that it affects the developer because they have, because when there are no restrictions, the more property needed to build houses in the city. But then people with low income will still don't want to buy the house because they think the price is still high. Why? Because it is still expensive. When you want to build many houses in the city property and city, when you want to use many more land to make the houses, even if we said that there is no restriction, it will not cause effect. It will not give a long-term effect because people will still grow, and then and then the demand for property itself will be high, and then the price for certain property will be still high, even if there is no restriction for a certain when people want to buy when low tax people want to buy the house itself. So so, like I said earlier, cities where there are low class people will only have jobs that provide them with low income. Only the people that have high business will get a high income, such as high big companies. So, in the end of the day, only rich people who really have the money will buy a house. When people with low income want to buy the house, they still think the price is high, only no restrictions, except for what the government side has said, health, health and safety restrictions. So, so that is
That argument only applies to people who have absolutely no income to buy any kind of property. This field of people is also unprotected under your side because we have to realize that rising property prices are still unattainable for them. It's still unsustainable for them to live in the rural areas. Right?
there is, but there is the government where they provide other alternatives such as Prima, where the government itself is helping the poor people to afford the house in rural area itself. So moving on, my question is right. So when people with low income want to buy affordable property, every year the price of the property itself will increase because for original property will still be expensive even without restriction because the higher the higher demand, the price is going to increase. So it will affect the developer itself when the people with low income will still think that the price for a single property is still expensive. So in the end of the day, that no no class people can buy the house because we can't run away from the fact that the more land where you want to use, the higher the price where people need where people need to afford stuff. So so if you follow the government side, it will not help the people. Uh, it will only cause diversion where the rich people could only afford a house because the government has never clarified how the restriction itself will lower the price of a single property to the extent that these people with low income can buy a property where they can uh, make a house there, right? So so in the end of the day, the people with low income cannot afford a property where we want them to buy a property itself. So what if we follow the government side, it will not affect in a very long term. But even if at least there are still poor people that want to buy a house, we have other alternatives like sales, for example like FEMA where the government itself helps the people with low income to buy a certain house.
harsh reality of living under the poverty line is that you always have to make use of faith, even when it seems so difficult. How long are we willing to wait? How long are we willing to rely on government subsidies until we are able to develop our own source of income? And how long are we willing to wait for these poor people to suddenly develop themselves to create their own skill set in order to sustain themselves in the era of modernization? Before that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable judges, accurate and members of the court. So my speech consists of three very simple parts. One is tech governance case and how we tackle it as tech opposition case and how we tackle it as a whole. And secondly, I will reinstate what my previous speakers have told you, and thirdly, I will go on to my point of contact. So why? So what did side opposition argue? They told the main thing they told was that the incentive for the incentive for people who have no income, even moving to property, is non-existent. Meaning to say that it wouldn't work because people wouldn't. How to we tell you that relying on government subsidy is purely unsustainable in the first place. Why? Because all of that rate of people will spend that all the amount of money they have on maintenance. This is to say, all the maintenance of their houses, all the maintenance of their children or their education, all that money will be wasted on things that are not necessarily doesn't necessarily happen when you have your house. We tell you that tell you that people who don't have an income is not the main stakeholder. We tell you that the main stakeholder is not the type of the breed of people who from the lower middle class who can see themselves, who have that my basic amount of financial stability for them to develop in areas. So why is it necessarily harmful? This is like 2 points of argumentation that came from both my speakers. Let me tackle like why is it necessarily harmful for you to stay in rural areas? We tell you that the principle of the perpetuation of unproductivity occurs. What does this mean? Mean to say that people who are not involved in any stable businesses, for example, agro businesses, they stuck in the cycle of them having to stay and having to rely on a lot of subsidies, having to rely on a lot of donations. This is the breed of people who live off of debt from loan sharks, who doesn't have a source of income, so they go to other sources which are much more dangerous, like loan sharks, like trying to take loans from banks that you can never actually pay back. These are the kind of people who need to remove themselves from the line, from the radius of harm that they live in right now. We tell you that the most feasible way is to move out of that place and to start a new life. Before I move on, okay, how can you ensure that these villages that work on agricultural jobs cannot improve their life just because they are again ensure that these agricultural jobs cannot be improvised and also cannot afford their lifestyle and get comfortable houses. It is not about the people who already have stable income through agro business. Because this type of people will always stay in the rural areas because they don't have a reason to move out to the city. The type of people who move into the city is the type of people who don't have any skill set, who need to develop themselves, to develop an urban lifestyle for them to actually sustain themselves. So that argument is exclusive towards stakeholders that never existed. Let's talk about one side proposition. We propose you two main things. The benefits to two main things, which is firstly, the poor people. The immediate benefit is obviously accessibility. Meaning to say you have a better accessibility to quality local education as compared to your side, which you have to you have to just rely on the local education, which is not necessarily equal. This is especially exclusive because the biggest problem in trying to solve is segregation between the rich and the poor. If it doesn't start from the level of the child development, say the type of school you go to have to be the same, the type of people you want to mix with in the future. And the type of people you want to mix with in the future is always the people centered around the city, people working in professional workplaces. We tell you that it is especially important for your children to be able to access the same quality of education as any other child in the city. And we also tell you that we bridge the cultural gap. That is to say that when they go to the same school, they interact and they necessarily bring support structures. Meaning to say that they can support themselves. Discrimination would not necessarily happen when children interact. They interact without the thought of whether or not, oh, you're forced, I need to talk to you. This is false. This is a false mindset because necessarily support structures are created when you are children, when you talk to people because they're fun, not necessarily because they're great. This is the moment when your children can have a stable childhood, when your children can actually develop a healthy mindset in the beginning of their life. This is especially important, especially in trying to develop them into the urban lifestyle, which Adan already told you. Right? So let's review the link as to how suddenly when people have low income, they move into urban areas, they suddenly become, they suddenly get like good paying jobs and stuff like that. So Adam already told you that the importance of an urban lifestyle is in order for you to stay alive, stay relevant in the urban city, you have to actually you actually have to immerse yourself in the economy. Meaning to say that you need to be a member of society, you need to evolve from the rural mindset that you already have. By fitting with the urban lifestyle, you actually have a life that matters to the government and they would be thought as a contributing member of society. The incentive is they necessarily will be pressured, be conceived that you will face a very hard time. We tell you that this pressure is the one factor that they don't have, which drives them into finding better jobs, especially adding that they have better accessibility to those spaces. Meaning to say, when they have an incentive, it's actually easy for them to initiate those incentives by actually going to the workplace, which is right in front of their home, as opposed to them, which they have to take like commuters, LRT, which already add up to a financial burden. We tell you that on our side, we actually emphasize on the stakeholder that, that we emphasize the process of how we will get income. Let me also talk to you about the perception, the segregation between the rich and the poor, how they will reconcile. We tell you that now we already told you that rich people will develop a form of support when they necessarily have to live together, because necessarily when they see the same people in their neighborhood, then they have to make them friends. But let's talk about the other benefit that government also talked about. The implementation of economics is much more crucial because when you have because the reality is a lot of houses in rural areas are unregistered by government. A lot of them are just vacant houses which are built by the citizens. The moment you have a stable house that is recognized by government, this is the only time that you can tax them. This is the only time that you can be closer to the sources of wealth. Meaning to say that it is much more beneficial for them to stay in urban cities because it is closer to the government. Because it is easier for government to intervene and help them directly. If you want a world where poor people live off of their, if you want a world where poor people live off of that, you go with side of.
Is this a double movie or finding a good fit? In the year 2023,